strange magnitude 4 and magnitude 3.4 earthquakes in Yukon, Northern Territories, next to Alaska, in an area of large volcanoes. We know Alaska has a lot of large volcanoes. Even the Aleutian Islands are all volcanic islands, but the west coast, all the way from Alaska, all the way down to the end of California, of course, is full of volcanoes. Let's take a quick look at what's going on there between this span of area, Alaska and the west coast. Now this is the area, this is a map of the Canadian earthquakes, and we can see that these are the earthquakes of the west coast. This is Alaska, west coast United States, of course, and look at all this. A tremendous amount of quake activity, west coast and east coast. And of course along the area near the 30 submarine volcanoes on the east coast. But this is what we're looking at. The 4 magnitude quake, depth of 10 kilometers, Northern Territories, and this thing here, just a few minutes within each other, 3.4, depth of 2.1 of Yukon Territories. And this is the area of our Northern Cordillera volcanoes. Geography of northwestern British Columbia and Yukon, Canada, dominated by volcanoes of the Northern Cordilleran Volcanic Province, formed due to continental rifting of the North American plate. It's the most active volcanic region in Canada. And as you can see there, we have the large volcanoes asterisk, the smaller ones are triangles. This is our area of the volcanic activity that we're looking at. This is British Columbia, of course, but this is the Yukon Territories, Northern Territories. And let's go back to some of this Alligator Lake volcano complex, for example. Basaltic cinder cones, lava flows in south central Yukon. Upper part of the Alligator Lake volcanic complex consists of 2 well-preserved cinder cones capping small shield volcano. The shield volcano type of volcano usually composed almost entirely of fluid lava flows named for its low profile resembling a warrior shield lying on the ground, caused by highly fluid lava erupting which travels farther than lava erupting from stratovolcano. Now, they probably post-date the local Holocene glaciation, about 11,650 years before present. Lava flows from both cinder cones traveled to the north and were erupted simultaneously, compositions ranging from alkali olivine basalt to basanitic. Lava flows from northeast cone are largest, exceeding 6 kilometers, 4 miles from the cone. So this is the aerial view of it, as we can see, right there. That's the Alligator Lake. And then we have the various other complexes. 50-million-year-old extinct caldera complex spanning across British Columbia, Yukon border, Canada, located near the western end of the west arm of Bennett Lake. Granite rocks containing pendants. Formation of activity was subducting under North American plate during the early Eocene period, about 56 to 33.9 million years ago. And as you can see, this whole area is full of, this is what we saw before. And the map of the, where were we? The map of the Caldera volcanoes, right there. British Columbia, Yukon. Now, the Tix cone for its catastrophic eruption is estimated to have occurred 18th century, responsible for the deaths of at least 2,000 Nisga's people from poisonous volcanic gases. Okay. The Mount Edziza volcanic complex for at least 20 eruptions through the past 10,000 years. The volcano, also known as Lava Fork volcano, For the most recent eruption in Canada during 1904, majority of volcanoes in northern caldera and volcanic province lie in Canada, while very small portion lies in U.S. state of Alaska. So that's it right there. This is where we're having our earthquakes. Again, they're in the Pacific Ring of Fire, largest as most persistent volcanoes in Mount Aziza Volcanic Complex, Level Mountain, British Columbia. And that's the tremendous earthquake activity that we have here today. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.